Hi my salty pecans, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Pamela, and I'm just gonna talk to you behind the sleeve because apparently Hannah's like, the show's about me, not about thee. And on today's video, I'm sharing with you all my February favorites. There are obviously certain plants in your collection at one point or another which sparks more joy, which brings you just that happiness, that satisfaction of being a plant parent. And for the month of February 2022, this Monstera Albo is my February favorites. So if you're interested in hearing a bit more of the reasons why I chose Hannah the Albo to be my favorite for this month, some care tips, some lighting tips, and just all around info, then keep on watching. So welcome back everybody. Okay, I want to get right into this video. This is Hannah, my Albo Borsigiana. I got this plant actually for my birthday in the year 2020 from one of my salty pecans, Hannah. Thank you so much, Hannah, again. So I decided to actually name this Monstera Albo after her because honestly that's the least I can do, right? So Hannah, when I first received her, had, I believe, just these two leaves. And in my collection, in the last year, about year and a half, she has grown a total of, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and a 9th new leaf is coming out right here. So the main difference that I noticed in Hannah in regards to foliage is that the top leaves are not fenestrated, but the lower leaves are fenestrated. And I actually attest this. I attributed to the lighting. A couple of my salty pecans mentioned that I should increase the light I provide for Hannah, and I will definitely see it increase in variegation. So I definitely did that. I now have Hannah living right under a grow light, and I'm hoping this foliage has a fenestration, something, please, anything, darling, anything. But if she is not, fenestrated, that's fine, because a healthy plant looks any way, okay? And still, that would be the lower leaves, so I wouldn't really worry too much about, the fenestration, because the taller it gets, the more fenestrated in my mind it's gonna be. The other thing that I decided to do for this plant last year is provide it with a pole. For a while it was not on a pole, and I felt I wanted it to grow more structured, and I gave it a self-watering moss pole from Apartment Jungle. So I have it tied onto here, and it's looking good. It doesn't look bothered. I have to do a better job at keeping this watered. I'm a little paranoid because it's a Monstera, and I'm like, well, I don't want to keep adding water to this moss pole because I don't want the water to puddle at the bottom of the container, but it's not going to do that because it's self-watering moss pole, not a self-watering planter. Yes, so the other thing in regards to this plant is that watering wise, I treat this plant like my other Monsteras. That was the main advice that Hannah gave me when I asked her for care advice, and also other salty pecans gave me in regards to, look at it, her. My other salty pecans gave me in regards to Monstera Albo care. So I actually let this plant live on the drier side compared to keeping it, being a helicopter parent, keeping it evenly moist. I make sure I let this plant dry, and then I water it. Sometimes I simply just water it straight with a watering canteen. Other times I bring it in the shower and I let, the rain shower head run on it and wash the foliage, and also really give the moss pole a good moisturizing, make sure everything is well moist. So I have to upgrade my moss pole, unfortunately, because I noticed, excuse me, I noticed that the new leaf, right, the new leaf has surpassed the moss pole, and it's not the new leaf itself, but the node of the new leaf has surpassed the moss pole. So the prior node is down here, and then the new node is up here. So I'm gonna have to definitely get a moss pole about the same length or a little bit longer to attach to this, so I don't, you know, so I can continue to provide this plant structurally what I want to provide it, which is a stake. In regards to lighting, like I mentioned, I have it living right under a grow light, but it's also getting indirect sunlight straight from my window. This is, the distance from here is maybe about like 10 feet or so. Stop. Out. 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 Stop. The distance that this plant is, I'm gonna just guess is maybe like 10 to 13 feet from the window. So it's getting that unobstructed light from the window straight to the plant, and the white of the wall reflects the light also. So you just get all of that amazingness, and you know I'm here for it. You know I'm here for every single bit of it. If you have cats, are they as much as she is? Because she is really like chill right now, but she can get even more sassy the more I deny giving her like the rubs that she's wanting right now. So fertilization wise, I've skipped pretty much fertilizing it this whole winter. I pretty much skipped fertilizing all of my plants this winter. I was a little lazy about fertilizing, but this week I'm going to fertilize all of my plants. I just haven't made the mix, so I have to like find time to make the mix. But that will be another video, is essentially my first spring fertilizing and what my plan is going to be moving forward in regards to caring for this plant. So I think those are all the things that I want to mention. I spoke about the lighting, I spoke about watering, and I'm talking about just care wise. Like I said, I keep this pretty dry. I don't let it over dry, because you know you do kind of get the brown and the crisps, and I'm not trying to get the brown and the crisps, right? So yeah, and I do see I have like a couple of nicks on this plant, but that was from when the stripper pole plant stand fell over, and a couple of like the euphorbia, you know, spikes kind of like got into it. So other than that, there's nothing like damaging wise on this plant, so I'm happy about that. Definitely, most definitely. So yes, my salty pecans, that is all I just want to mention in regards to this plant. This is my February favorite, my plant for 2022 February. I definitely have to water my Monstera Albo henna. So like I did yesterday with Toby, I make sure I put the mesh here to catch any debris. I am going to turn this like that on a little bit of a warmer setting. Open that. Change the nozzle to be a finer mist. And I just let my plant get watered. So I'm going to go ahead and let henna get watered. Make sure the moss pole gets saturated. That's another main thing, is why I'm bringing it in here. Get that saturation and let it go on its merry little way. Again, I like to do the fine mist versus that hard. If you like this video, if you like this plant, please let me know by giving a thumbs up and sharing. Subscribe if you aren't already. Join this little cookie family, because we're pretty awesome here. Become a salty pecan, and don't forget to hit the notification bell to be notified every time I upload a new video. Make sure you follow me on my other social media platforms. at HauzPlant, HauzPlant. And let me know down below, do you have a Monstera Albo? If you do, let me know some of the best care tips, some care advice that you have, maybe product recommendations that you would recommend for this. Maybe it could be even lighting, it could be equipment, anything. Let me know down below, and let your other Salty Pecan fam know what your advice is, okay? So with that being said, I will see you on the next one. Let's get going. Bye.